Making My Way by Dragoness Bahamut. I barely finished my breakfast when I got news that Mayo was here. I almost choked, but Pikachu helped me out. I decided I'd had enough and went to go see Mayo. "Hey Ash, what did you guys do yesterday anyway?" Misty asked before I could even leave the room. "Huh? I helped her train. What else would I do?" "Okay. Mind if I help this time?" No." We went into the next room. "Hi, Asha," Mayo said with a grin. "Are you feeling better?" "Yeah, I'm fine. You want to head outside?" "Sure." I grinned. "All right. I think today we might head out of town so you can catch more Pokemon. You're not going to win too many matches with just 2 Pokemon." "Okay," Mayo said, nodding. "Do you think I could catch a Pidgeotto?" Maybe." I thought of something. It was mean, but I wanted to see how they'd react. Or maybe we could head over to the creek and try to catch a Water-type Pokemon. "A Water-type Pokemon?" Misty exclaimed. "Now I have to come with you. Are there many good Water-types around Pallet?" I didn't answer her. I was looking at Mayo. Her face had gone white. "Asha," she whispered, "I don't think that's a good idea." "Huh?" Misty asked. "What's wrong with water Pokemon?" "Nothing," Mayo said quickly. I just don't think there are any good water Pokemon in Pallet. They're all mostly Magikarps anyway." "But they're strong Magikarp," I reminded her. Misty gave me a look as if she thought I'd gone crazy. Maybe I had. I didn't know why I was saying all this stuff to Mayo anyway. "Asha, you didn't forget, did you?" she asked softly. "Forget?" I asked so only she could hear. "No, I remember it very well." I shrugged. "Come on, we have to go try to catch something else anyway. Let's just walk around." Mayo just nodded slightly. Misty still looked as if she thought the 2 of us were nutcakes, but she came along anyway. Pikachu, Persian, and Eevee walked with us too. "Stay on the lookout for wild Pokemon, okay?" I said. "Not ferocious wild Persians and vicious electric mice, I hope," Mayo grinned. "Huh?" Misty asked. I just grinned. Maybe, if we're lucky, we might find a Gyarados who likes to eat little girls who own Eevees. Eevee jumped onto Mayo, and Mayo clung to Misty. In turn, Misty gave me the most bewildered look. "I seriously doubt we'll find any Gyarados in a little river," she said. "I don't know. I did see one when I was..." Oops, Mayo doesn't know about that, and she doesn't need to. "When you were what?" she asked, suddenly serious. I turned around and started walking the other way. "Nothing. I was just kidding after all." "Don't tell her, Misty," I pleaded. Pikachu made a noise. "What's that?" "What's what?" I asked. "Do you guys smell that?" Persian sniffed the air. "Something's angry." Eevee clutched Mayo even tighter. "Lots of things are angry." I couldn't risk transforming back out in the open, so I relied on my other senses. At first, I couldn't see or hear anything, but I could feel so many angry... Spearows? I opened my eyes, not realizing I'd closed them. This is bad. "We have to get out of here," I said quickly. "Why?" Mayo asked nervously. "Because I don't see any bikes nearby," I replied, then broke into a run in the direction we had come from. "What?" Misty asked in astonishment. "Come on!" I called back. They followed after me shortly. "Ash, what are we running from?" Misty asked. Remember those Spearows?" I asked. "What? You mean the ones that were chasing you when you..." "Yeah, those are the ones," I answered, before she could go into the details. I was tiring all too quickly. I'd started out ahead of everybody else, but I was already starting to fall behind, and I was slowing our pace. We weren't running fast enough. "Oh, great," I muttered under my breath. Mayo glanced over her shoulder, and her eyes widened when she saw just how many Spearows were following us. "What do we do if they catch up to us?" she cried in dismay. "Not if. When." "Yeah, congratulations on being a positive thinker, Ash." I slowed down even more, and finally stopped to catch my breath. When Misty and Mayo noticed I wasn't with them anymore, they stopped too. "Ash, come on! They're almost here!" Misty told me. I looked back. I could make out their beaks and talons and vengeful eyes. I snapped my head up to see a large figure swooping over the trees. It's probably going to come back for another pass. I didn't feel well. I was lightheaded and exhausted, but an idea was slowly forming. I stared down at Pikachu. This might be my only hope. I transformed back into Mew, then into Pikachu just as quickly. "Ash, what are you..." "Are you ready?" I asked Pikachu. At first, I was afraid Pikachu hadn't understood me. Then he nodded. "I'm ready." Suddenly, I was surrounded by a flurry of beaks and talons and beating wings and feathers flying all over the place. I was getting scratched all over, and I didn't know how long I would last. I tried to use an electric attack, but it just fizzled into nothingness. Ash! Pikachu cried. A thunderbolt attack drove off most of the nearby Spearows, but there were plenty more where those came from. I looked back at Mayo and Eevee. Eevee was bravely trying to protect its master, but was getting seriously injured in the process. Staryu, go! All of the Spearows by Misty quickly found themselves soaked. Pikachu cried out again, shocking any Spearow still brave enough to attack. They're still attacking! From up above the battle, Fearow was still ordering the Spearows to attack. A single Spearow got past Pikachu and knocked me into a nearby tree with its drill peck. Pikachu blasted the Spearow as it flew away before it could do anything else. Are you okay? Before I could nod, a group of Spearow attacked Pikachu. Pikachu thundershocked them, but I could see that it was getting weak. We've got to try teleport, I said to Pikachu. He looked worried. Do I really look that bad? I transformed again into Mew. Don't do it, Ash! Persian leapt over Pikachu to swipe at a new batch of Spearows. We gotta do something. They got us surrounded. I'm gonna try teleport. You can't, Ash! I tried teleport. I had to use all my strength to even extend it out to everyone, and that left me exhausted. I collapsed against the tree, breathing heavily. I told you! Several Spearows dove down and pecked viciously at Pikachu and me. I couldn't do anything to defend myself. Pikachu finally zapped them away, but had nearly run out of energy. I looked up as far as I could. Eevee had just collapsed from exhaustion. Mayo hugged it tightly and tried to block the Spearows with her body. Rattata leapt out. Get away, Spearows! I didn't know she let Rattata out. Rattata wasn't doing as bad as Eevee, but it was visibly weakening with each passing moment. Then Eevee cried out something that I could comprehend but nobody else had. Espeon! Come to me! Mayo gasped as Eevee started to glow a brilliant white. It grew larger, and when the evolution light faded, Eevee had evolved into a violet Pokemon. It still had big ears and black eyes of all Eevee evolutions, but now the ears were wider, and it had a round gem on its forehead. Instead of a mane, the fur on the sides of its neck was simply ruffled. Its tail was split in a Y shape, and wasn't fluffy anymore. Eevee! Mayo whispered. Eevee, Espeon, slid carefully onto the ground, then licked her on the cheek. I'm still yours. I lifted my head. Fearow was diving down at an incredible speed. This is it! I looked down. I didn't want to see it when it hit me. Asha! Cried Espeon. The Fearow was thudded aside as Espeon rammed into it with a quick attack. I peeked. Espeon was still standing in front of me. Fearow had landed on the ground and was squawking at it. Out of my way! This is between me and the Mew! It knows I evolved? He didn't do anything to you! Leave us all alone! Yes, he did! Fearow screeched once more, then leapt at us. Espeon! A dark purple sphere surrounded Espeon, then a beam of light hit Fearow in the chest, knocking him backwards. As we watched, a blue glow surrounded Fearow, and it was tossed back about 30 feet. Instead of surrendering, the Spearows flew down to avenge their leader's defeat. Espeon fought back bravely, alongside with Pikachu, Persian, Rattata, and Staryu, but there were just too many Spearow, and we were already too weak. Espeon! Espeon, listen! Espeon paused for only a moment. Try to use teleport, I said. I'll help you. We made it, for better or worse. I collapsed as soon as we got there. There wasn't anything anyone could do to help me either. We didn't even make it inside the house, but at least Mom saw me right away and brought me inside. I don't remember much of what happened. I couldn't really see or hear what was going on. All I do remember is that Mom took me somewhere safe. The whole time, I felt like I was trapped in a fog that was bearing down on me from all angles. I couldn't even see the tip of my nose because the fog was so heavy. All the voices and other noises sounded the same, like a distant hum. I couldn't even feel myself. I felt as empty inside as the fog felt full, like I was nothing but a shell. I was cold, but not from the temperature. I was cold from the fear that I was losing myself and my world. The fog seemed endless. I was going to be trapped in it forever. I felt something different. A strange tingling in the back of my mind. I was scared, but if it had penetrated the fog, maybe it could help me. I opened myself to the strange feeling. Ashra, can you hear me? Are you all right? Ashra, that's me. Ash! Answer me! Ash? Ashra? That's me. Please tell me you're okay, Ash. I'm okay? No, I'm not okay. Oh, Ash? Ash, you're not okay, are you? Don't worry, I'm going to figure out how to help you. I'm going to help you. I'm trapped. I'm going to get you out of there, Ash. Just hang on. Just for a little while longer. I'm going to try to figure out how to save you. The tingle faded away. No, come back, Nakiro. I felt nothing. I was trapped and alone. Please help me. I fell asleep, and the fog was replaced by a solid blackness. Just who do you think you are? That voice, it sounded so familiar. What's the matter? You don't know who I am? Who are you? Why, my name is Ash Ketchum, from town of Pallet. What? I thought you'd be able to recognize me. I guess I should have known better. After all, who are you? I'm Ash Ketchum from Pallet Town. Oh, really? I looked up. There I was, right in front of my eyes. But I was human, and I looked mean. I looked away. I didn't like that image of myself. What's the matter? The human me asked. What are you doing here? I came to say goodbye. What? He touched the tip of his hat. There's no need for me anymore. Besides, I don't even exist anymore. What? But you're me! He shook his head. No, we are two completely different people. Hell, I lied when I told you my name was Ash Ketchum. What? He nodded. I don't even have a name. He gave me a pointed look. And neither do you. Yes, I do! I'm Ash! And you must be Ash, too. Wrong. Dead people don't have names. What? That's crazy! Everyone has a name! Even dead people. But you're not dead, I said, knowing I had to be right. I am dead, and I lost my right to a name, though I guess it only makes sense that you don't remember, but perhaps you do remember who killed me. But you're not dead! I pleaded with him. He narrowed his eyes, and I wondered if that was what I really looked like when I got mad. You're the one who killed me, Mew. He can't really mean that. He's not even dead. I mean, we're not dead. Goodbye, Mew, and try to remember, it's the only way you can get out of this mess. He turned and walked away, leaving me lost in the mist. Nakiro! Nakiro, you there? Please help me. Please! There was no response. Maybe he can't hear me, or maybe he just can't help me. Nakiro? Nothing. A Pidgey stood in front of me, pecking and flapping. I froze. This is just like my first day training, but it was so much different. This time I was playing for keeps. The Pidgey stared at me for a moment or two, then went back to scratching the earth in search of food. We've all got to eat, right? And I don't want to starve, so... I gulped. The Pidgey glared at me again. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. I have to do this, though. I choked back my tears, then threw the rock and hit Pidgey on the back. It warbled in pain, but couldn't fly away. I stabbed it in the neck with another longer, sharper rock, and it felt limp in my hands. I cried, but I had done what I'd come for. I picked it up and brought it back to my new home. No, no, no! I want to forget this! I don't want to remember what happened in that forest! It's all in the past. It's over with. It's gone. It can't hurt me anymore. For the first time since I'd been in the fog, I really felt something. I could feel myself crying. How many have you killed, Ash? None. I've never killed anybody. Liar. You're horrible, Ash. First you kill, then you lie about it? What filthy being are you? Please, leave me alone, I begged. I never wanted to kill anything. But you did, didn't you? No, it was food. I was hungry. Oh, and you think that's a good excuse? No, it's never an excuse. Please, listen to me. No, you listen to me. I'm tired of being blocked out. When was the last time you ever thought about what you were doing? I was thinking, just please let me live. I can't, Ash. Things like you don't deserve to live. Please spare me. I didn't mean any harm. Your life is over, Ash. What was that? It was so long ago. I really did forget. I did kill me? Ash? We're the same person, aren't we?